Hello, I'm Ryan Brown with R. Joe Huntley, and today we are going over the Sara Plus. Sara Plus stands for, the Sara stands for Standing and Racing Aid. The Plus is just a plus, it's for more of a PT walking and plus a different type of standing and raising aid. The weight limit on it is 420 pounds. And first of all, I'm just going to go over a couple housekeeping items as far as the battery. Batteries pop in and out like this, go into the unit. On and off is here. The red and the green switch turns it on and off. Up and down is on the mast here, and the legs open and close here, or on the remote, which is also duplicated on the remote. So we can see we can open and close the legs. It does have a scale on it right here that we're going to have it off for this session. We can turn the scale on and off depending if we want it on and off to weigh our patients. The brakes are on each caster. You just step down on it and then kick it back up to take it off. Pretty simple. The foot pad and the knee pad come off. They actually lift off for ambulation. This will be kind of a higher level for our PTOT staff later. We won't go over that, but just know you can ambulate with this lift. And there is an emergency lowering button. If you were to raise it up and the lift were to fail and not work, you can actually open up the release hydraulics here and it lowers down for you. So you can always get somebody out of this lift. Make sure you turn that back in, because if you don't, it will not lift back up. You got to close the hydraulics back up. So to start out, we're actually going to pick a sling, and it's probably the most important part about this lift is to get the correct size sling. And right now we have a white down sling, and you can see it's got the green handles. Green is large, yellow is medium, and blue is extra large. The way you want to fit this sling is you want it right at the hips, kind of where you want to lift from a gait belt. Same sort of thing as where you want this belt to be placed. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the legs open, and we are going to actually ask our patient if they can lift their feet onto the platform. The conditions we need for this lift are one arm, one leg. So we could get it to use on a stroke patient, we could use it on an amputee, or we could use it on somebody that maybe has really good upper strength, but maybe a little worse lower strength. Okay? So Kai, we need 2 volunteers out here. So what we're going to do, and I've cheated here a little bit, is we put the back belt down below the lower back, and we're going to hook up the lift. So Kai, we're going to have you lift your feet up, and we're going to drive the lift into her and into the knees, excuse me, and we're going to lock it down. So the first thing we want to do is make sure the knee pad is right below the knee, and that actually feels pretty good on her. If not, we can adjust it. There's a little screw in and out down there where we can adjust the knee pad up and down. Never take the knee pad all the way off. There's a metal bar in there that's exposed. We always want to leave the knee pad on. Okay? The only time we would take it off is with a foot plate or the whole thing that comes off for ambulation. So how we get this through and the camera, we may want to zone in on here or zoom in or come on in, but this is the kind of tricky part on this lift, is when it's up, it actually goes through. What I want to do is drop the ball all the way down, drop the cup, come through the loop, and back into the cup, like per se. And we'll do the other side so you can see one more time on camera. We want to bring the ball all the way down. Once again, when it's up, it rotates through. Bring the cup all the way down. Bring the ball through the loop and back into the cup. Okay? Now in most cases, in most sit-to stands, we would be done. We would start to lift, she'd be leaning back, but this is different than most types sit-to-stands. This actually wants to simulate someone standing. Okay? So when I stand out of a chair, what I do is I get my nose over my toes and I stand up. Okay? We're not standing up like this and being hoisted up. So what we want to tell our patient to do, and I want to have you come over here, Sue, over on this side, is what I'm going to have you do is say to Kai, lean forward. Like you're standing up and get over the top of the machine, but don't stand up and lean forward, okay? And what I want you to do is grab this, now lean forward first, and get it all the way tight. Oops, on this side. So we want to bring it all the way in for her. Not hurt her, but we want it tight, okay? How do you feel in there? Is that too tight?
That's fine.
Good? We want to get her in here snug, okay? The snugger, the better. I don't even know if that's 2 words. But we want to get her tight in there, okay? So the next thing we want to do is grab the remote, and what we're going to tell our patient is we're going to stand you. We need you to help with your legs, but let the back belt kind of lift you up, but let your legs help stand up, okay? And then what you're going to do is go up in a smooth fashion. People don't stand like, wah, wah, wah. Okay, so we're going to go up in a smooth fashion, and then you want to get her like this and stop at about this angle. Because you could hyperextend these if you go too far, because it could lift a 6'5", 6'7" person. Okay, so we ready? Let's come around next to our patient so they feel comfortable, and start lifting her. Ready, Kai? Here we go. Perfect. And if you notice the knee pad gave a little bit, that's perfect. That knee pad will actually give for the patient, because when we stand, our knees go in a little bit. Okay? Now she feels secure in here. We've got her in here. We could actually tighten it if we wanted to with her in there a little bit, or we could loosen it depending if we want to do a little weight shifting in there. Okay? So let's bring her back down. What to notice for is you can really tell when somebody is not helping, because if Kai doesn't help now, her shoulders are going to go way up and her butt's going to stick out. Okay? So what I want you to do, Kai, is not help, and we're going to raise you up. Okay? But don't fake us up. You got to fake us out, because if you do that, Kai, you're going to the maximum. So we're going to have you hold on to the grips, but don't help. Okay, here we go. See how that shoulders come up and the butt comes out? That's what we want to look forward to. Let's bring her back down. If she's doing that, you either want to say to her, you need to help. Let's keep bringing her down, all the way down. Perfect. You need to help and fire the quads and help stand up. That's when you're knowing they're not going to help, okay? So now you just have a stroke, okay? On the left side, this arm is no longer usable. And this is kind of what the cutouts are here for. You can kind of place it along here, or you could have it kind of wrapped in. And you're only going to help from the right side on, okay? Your left side is paralyzed. Are you ready? So we would stand, you'd probably be leaning this way a little bit. All right, so go ahead and do head up. Only help on the right side. There you go. That's good, that's good. And now bring her back down. Now to get this sling off, what we do actually is we bring this up so it disengages, and then we'll move her back. And what you're going to do is you're going to pull the cup towards you and then push it out through the back of the cup. Okay, so once again what I did is I pulled it toward me, I pushed it out the back, and take it off. Okay? And then we can take it off on this side as well. Lift up, pull the cup towards me, push it out the back, and take it out. And then we can move the lift away from her and get her out of it. This concludes the Sara Plus demonstration.